Welcome to the Progressive Education Society's Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigdi, Pune. Today we are going to discuss drug therapy in gout. Gout is a metabolic disorder characterized by hyperuricemia, that means blood level of a uric acid is increased. The normal plasma urate concentration is of 1 to 4 milligram per deciliter. Uric acid is a product of purine metabolism and has low water solubility at low pH. When blood level of uric acid is very high, it precipitates and deposits in joint, kidney and in subcutaneous tissue. High level of uric acid production occurs in leukemias, lymphomas and in polycythemia. When treated with chemotherapy or radiation, due to enhanced nucleic acid metabolism, there is increase in uric acid production. Uric acid production is also by drug induction. The drug which induces the uric acid production is thiazide, furosemide, ethambutol, levodopa, clofebrate. These drug reduces the uric acid excretion by the kidney. An attack of a gout can occur suddenly, often waking you in the middle of the night with the sensation that your big toe is on fire. It is also manifested as sudden onset of a severe inflammation in a small joint, that is metatarsophrynggeal joints of a great toe. It is due to precipitation of a urate crystal in a joint space. The joint becomes red, swollen and extremely painful and therefore requires immediate treatment. Acute attack of a gout started by the precipitation of a urate crystal in a synovial fluid, and as urate crystal precipitate into synovial fluid, the inflammatory responses are going to start. The chemotactic factors are produced and it causes granulocyte migration into the joints. This granulocyte phagocytose urate crystal and release glycoprotein, which further aggravate the inflammation by increasing the lactic acid production from the inflammatory cell. Due to lactic acid production, local pH at a joint get reduced, and due to decrease in pH, more of the urate crystal are precipitated in affected joint. Again, this more precipitation of urate crystal releasing more of the lysosomal enzyme, which causes joint destruction. The sign and symptoms of gout almost always occur suddenly and often at night. They include: first, intense joint pain. Gout usually affects the large joint of your big toe, but it can occur in any joint. Other commonly affected joints include the ankles, knees, elbow, wrist and finger. The pain is likely to be most severe within the first 4 to 12 hours after it begins. It also causes lingering discomfort. After the most severe pain subsides, some joint discomfort may last from a few days to a few weeks. Later attacks are likely to last longer and affect more joints. It also causes inflammation and redness. The affected joints become swollen, tender, warm and red. It causes limited range of motion. As the gout progresses, you may not be able to move your joint normally. Cause of symptom: gout occurs when urate crystal accumulate in the joint, causing the inflammation and intense pain of a gout attack. Urate crystal can form when you have high levels of uric acid in your blood. Your body produces uric acid when it breaks down purines, substances that are found naturally in your body. Purines are also found in certain foods such as steak, organ meat and seafood. Other food also promotes higher level of uric acid such as alcoholic beverages, especially beer, and drinks sweetened with fruit sugar. Normally uric acid dissolves in your blood and passes through your kidney into your urine. But sometimes either your body produces too much uric acid and your kidney excrete too little uric acid. When this happens, uric acid can build up, forming sharp needle-like urate crystals in a joint or surrounding tissue that cause pain, inflammation and swelling. Risk factors of gout: you are more likely to develop gout if you have high levels of uric acid in your body. Factors that increases the uric acid level in your body include diet. Eating a diet rich in meat and seafood and drinking beverages sweetened with fruit sugar increases the level of uric acid, which increase your risk of gout. Alcohol consumption, especially the beer, also increases the risk of gout. Second factor is obesity. If you are overweight, your body produces more uric acid and your kidney have a more difficult time eliminating the uric acid. Next is the medical condition. Certain diseases and conditions increase your risk of gout. These include untreated high blood pressure and chronic conditions such as diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and heart and kidney diseases. Certain medication like the use of thiazide diuretics, which is commonly used to treat hypertension, and low dose aspirin also can increase uric acid level. So, can the use of anti-rejection drug prescribed for people who have undergone an organ transplant? One may suffer from a gout if he is having family history of a gout. The next risk factor is age and sex. Gout occurs more often in men, primarily because women tend to have lower uric acid level. After menopause, however, women's uric acid level approaches to that of the men. Men are also more likely to develop gout earlier, usually between the age of 30 to 50 years, whereas women generally develop sign and symptom after menopause. It is possible that uric acid level also get increased after surgery and trauma. Symptomatic relief from pain of a gout, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs are used. For example, indomethacin, naproxen and piroxicam. This drug not only reduces the pain but also inhibit chemotactic migration of a leukocyte into inflamed joint. After attack is over, they may be continue at a lower doses for 3 to 4 days. Acute treatment for gout is using non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. They mainly used to alleviate the pain caused by the inflammation. Side effects of a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug are nausea, vomiting, and in extreme cases, it causes kidney failure. The other drug which is used in a treatment of gout is colchicine. Colchicine is an alkaloid obtained from Colchicum autumnale. It neither have analgesic or nor have anti-inflammatory properties, but it suppresses the gouty inflammation. It does not inhibit synthesis or promote excretion of uric acid, therefore has no effect on blood uric acid level. Mechanism of action of colchicine. Colchicine acts on tubulin and interferes with microtubule formation in neutrophil. This causes low amount of neutrophil to be made. As neutrophil count decreases, the decreasing inflammation. It does not affect phagocytosis of urate crystal but inhibit release of a glycoprotein, and once the glycoprotein release is inhibited, further inflammation can be arrested. It acts by binding to fibrillar protein tubulin. It inhibits granulocyte migration into the inflamed joint. Other actions of colchicine are, they are antimitotic, causes metaphase arrest by binding to microtubules of mitotic spindle. It also increases gut motility through the neural mechanism. Though colchicine is having good effect in gout, treatment of a gout, but it also possesses toxicity. Toxicity such as it produces nausea, vomiting, watery or bloody diarrhea, and abdominal cramps may occur. Overdose of a colchicine can produce kidney damage, CNS depression, intestinal bleeding, and death due to muscular paralysis, and can lead to respiratory failure. Chronic therapy can cause aplastic anemia, agranulocytosis, myopathy, and loss of hairs. Corticosteroid can be also used in a gout therapy. Corticosteroid medication such as the drug prednisone may control gout, inflammation and pain. Corticosteroid may be in a pill form or they can be injected into the joints. Corticosteroids are generally used only in a people with a gout who can't take either non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug or colchicine. The side effect of corticosteroid may include mood changes, increased blood sugar level and elevated blood pressure. Chronic gout occurs when pain and stiffness persist in a joint between the attacks of gout, then it becomes chronic. Other features of a chronic gout are hyperuricemia and tophi. Tophi is nothing but a chalk-like stone under the skin in a pinna, eyelid, nose around joint and other places. Chronic gout can lead to arthritis and polyarticular acute flares with upper extremities are more involved. This picture is showing tophus formation, the classic location of a tophy on helix of ear. X-ray changes in a gout shown to produce joint destruction and phalangeal bone cyst. Used to treat chronic gout are first uricosuric drug, example probenecid. Probenecid help your body to pass uric acid out through the urine, which lowers the level of uric acid in the body. Probenecid is used to treat gout and gouty arthritis. Probenecid is also sometimes given together with penicillin antibiotic to make them more effective. Adverse reaction of probenecid are dyspepsia, rashes, hypersensitivity. Toxic doses can cause convulsion and respiratory failure. Moving to next drug, sulfenpyrazone. Pyrazone derivative related to phenylbutazone having uricosuric action. At therapeutic doses, it inhibits tubular reabsorption of uric acid. Its uricosuric action is additive with probenecid but antagonized by the salicylate. It also inhibits platelet aggregation. The adverse reaction of sulfenpyrazone is gastric irritation. The next class of the drug to treat gout is uric acid synthesis inhibitors. Example, allopurinol. It is a hypoxanthine analog acting as a substrate as well as inhibitor of xanthine oxidase. Xanthine oxidase is the enzyme responsible for uric acid synthesis. Allopurinol is a short-acting competitive inhibitor of xanthine oxidase, but its major metabolite, alloxanthine, is long-acting and non-competitive inhibitor primarily responsible for uric acid synthesis inhibition in vivo. The drug interaction include it inhibit degradation of 6-mercaptopurine and azathioprine. The drug can potentiate warfarin, theophylline by inhibiting their metabolism. The incidence of skin rashes when ampicillin is given to the patient of allopurinol is common. Given with probenecid, it shortens the half-life of alloxanthine. Adverse drug reaction of allopurinol are hypersensitivity consisting of rashes, fever, malaise and muscle pain. GI irritation may occur with headache, nausea and dizziness. Thank you.